What is up, YouTube? It is me again. Been a very long time since I've been on YouTube. Just haven't really gotten around to it. Uh, well, I recently moved back to Roanoke, Virginia. Um, if you look at my previous videos, you'll see I was in Blue Ridge, Virginia. All of those videos were in Blue Ridge, and I've moved twice, or actually I moved 3 times since those videos were made. Um, I moved into, I moved within that city one time, and then I moved all the way out to Las Vegas for a year, and then I moved back to Virginia. So I'm back in Virginia, back on YouTube. It's good to be back. Um, I guess we can touch bases. I know I do a little bit of gaming reviews, MMA reviews. I like to do some firearm reviews like I've been saying I'm going to be doing, but money's really tight right now. Especially I've got this whole place I gotta take care of. I've got another roommate back there, but still got a lot of bills and shit. So I can't be going out buying a new gun every day, which I wish I could, but at least once a month, which I still can't do. But I wanted to maybe touch bases a little bit about the recent little Anderson Silva fight. That's a nice one to talk about, you son of a bitch. Alright, well, this fight really fucking pissed me off. Just the whole way he went in there and fought, and it was just pissed me off so much because I I just the way he was fighting, honestly, he wasn't trying hard at all. He wasn't trying at all. He was goofing around, fucking around, messing around, doing everything wrong, and he was trying to get knocked out, and he did, and it was stupid, and it was so stupid, and very pissed off because I wasted a lot of money on that fight that I just like yesterday paid off for nothing. It was a horrible fight. I was so pissed off. I haven't even watched a UFC fight since that last fight happened, Anderson Silva. I know there's been like 1 or 2 fights after that happened. Haven't even watched it. Pretty much I refused to watch the UFC because of how outrageously pissed off I was because of that fight. It's like I'm afraid to watch the UFC. I'm afraid Dana White is going to let someone else in the ring and fight like that. I just don't give a shit. Nah, when I watch the UFC, I want to watch some serious fighting. I want to watch 2 men fight each other to the fullest extent, to the hardest they could try, and try to defeat each other. I want to see the sport in the UFC where it's 2 men, 2 women, they fight, and whoever is better at their whoever is better in fighting is the better person, has proven themselves to be a better athlete. And that's what I want to see. But when you have somebody like Anderson Silva of his caliber, this man broke UFC records. This man was stated to be the best fighter in the world. He is incredible, absolutely insane, the best fighter hands down. And to see him go in the ring and just give it to the guy like that really, really pisses me off. like I said, a lot. To the point where I don't even know if I want to watch the UFC again. It just scares me just to see that kind of shit. Like, and like in the previous fights, Anderson Silva did a lot of goofing around and shit. And I think Dana White needed to talk to him a long time ago and be like, look, you can't fucking do that anymore because you're joking around. This is a serious sport. This is a serious company. We don't have people who just step in the ring and fuck around. We have people who step in the ring and fight the hardest they can fight, regardless if they're fucking rich, regardless if they're already the title holder, regardless if you're going to retire or not after the fight, win or loss. You're going to step in the UFC, you have got to fight to your fullest no matter what the situation. I don't care if you've had 50 wins and 5 losses, and you're saying, "Oh, I don't care. I'll just take another loss. I'm still gonna look good." I don't give a shit. That's horrible. You need to fight to the fullest you can fight to. And Anderson Silva clearly did not do that. He gave that fight up, and I, it's really pisses me off. And to tell you the truth, I haven't even talked about this fight until now because I've been so pissed off this entire time. I haven't even spoken about the fight until now. So it really pisses me off. But what are you gonna do about it? And I think Anderson Silva is the only person that really fucked around as much as he did. He's the only person who ever really did that. So I think what I'm gonna do is the next time there's a UFC fight, I'm going to give it a chance, and I will try to watch it. And hopefully, I'll put that Anderson Silva in the past. Let's focus on John Jones. Let's focus on George St. Pierre, the two guys that are next, and becoming the best, becoming Anderson Silva. So I'm gonna try to put the Anderson Silva fight in the past. Look at John Jones, look at George, and continue on. And I swear to God, if I see another stupid fight like that, I'm gonna boycott the UFC and I'm not gonna watch it anymore. And I know that there's not a lot of competition out there for the UFC. Matter of fact, there's really none as far as that professional level that the UFC is on. There's only one other company. It's called World Series Fighting, and they have fucking squat for fighters, absolutely squat. The only one person they have is fucking not Velasquez. Goddamn, Angel Velasquez is the only guy they have over there that's actually worth a shit. And they might have a few more guys, but they're nothing like the UFC. The UFC has top of the line fighters, best of the best in the world. And you have all these other companies that have tried to compete against the UFC, and they just have not been successful. You had Donald Trump starting Affliction Fighting, and that lasted what, 2 months, and it went out. They can't compete. The UFC already has got the best. Their name is the biggest in MMA history. They're the biggest name out there. Everybody knows it. It's like I'm just trying to find an example of something. I don't know if this makes sense or not, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. When we talk about mayonnaise, we always say mayonnaise. Well, actually, mayonnaise is a brand name. and not the actual content that you put on your sandwich. That's actually called mayo. See, we all refer to it as mayonnaise because that's the most common brand that people know it by. So when we talk about MMA, first thing that pops in people's heads are UFC. So it's the biggest league out there. It's the biggest name out there. Nobody's gonna want to fight for anybody else or want to get in the UFC. So I don't know. I'm done talking about the stupid UFC because it just really pissed me off. But like I said, I'll go ahead and give another shot and down the road when the next fight comes on. I'll probably do a prediction on that. So we'll see about that. Oh, it's good shit.